become habit. Lord only knows you got to be on the phone 10 hours a day. You know, to
We
keep
all
up.
know that.
Son of a bitch. I used to get so mad. I'm like, I don't need to hear 2 hours of the gas station conversation. Was there a reason for this or not? Like, look, y'all, I am not a very good friend if you're needy. I'm going to be really honest with you. I'm not. If you truly need me, I'll be like, I'm bringing a shovel. I'll be right there. But I don't do the hand holding well at all. Gizmo, shut up. Nobody likes you.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
But you guys will make it and mend your friendships. But I'm going to be really honest. If you are somebody who gets attached very easily, well, villain, come get his ass. If you are somebody who does get attached really easily and does get your feelings hurt, if somebody asks you and demands that you back them up once a week, something's wrong. And it's not with you. So, you know, cherish the friendships of people who don't put you in those positions. And don't allow anybody else from here on out to do it. Because what I figured out on TikTok, there's a lot of screwed up people, and asylums need to be a thing again.
And y'all thought I had a mouth on me.
Well,
Yeah.
straight to the point, right?
That's how I love it, baby.
Short, sweet, straight to the point. Yeah, aw, Gizmo. You let him piss on your stuff for 12 years.
Y'all, some of y'all are mentioning in the chat the stuff with Mandy and Blonde Jennifer. I'm not going to speak on Mandy or Blonde Jennifer. That is not my place. If you would like to speak to Mandy or Blonde Jennifer, please go to their DMs, because I'm not going to speak for them. I'm going to let them have their own voice in this matter.
All right, I am going to, somebody asked how Tinsley is.
Yeah, Tinsley.
It's a bad day. I don't know. I thought I had it figured out that some of her pain was coming from like really humid days and humid in the house. Today has been really bad. The only thing I can think is when I let her out this morning, she got all wet on her legs, and it's causing, because she has lesions all over her spine and her legs and her shoulders, and her bones. So I'm praying that it was just like a humidity thing, because yesterday and this morning she was great. And then about 10 o'clock, the pain got really, really bad again. So I don't know. Yes, that's what I ask for. If you guys ever see me on this app, what you will find me asking for is prayers for her or prayers for somebody's animal. That's, if anybody wonders why I don't like humans, case in point.
Exactly.
All right, guys, I'll drop down, but you guys are strong. You got this. And if anybody puts you in that position again, just walk away, because if they need you to back them all the time and come in lives and do all that shit, you are nothing but a guard dog to them. And Villain knows how that feels.
Yep.
She knows how that feels. Everybody uses her as a shield, and that's not fair. Don't be somebody else's shield. If they need a shield, let them deal with it themselves.
Absolutely.
All right, kids, I'm going to drop and finish my bath because I'm pruny and I'm not clean. So,
Good to see you, Janelle. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Janelle. Prayers for
Bye.
Tinsley.
thank
Bye.
you.
Krista.
Yes, ma'am.
I just sent you a text. You mind hopping up in the big box again to answer a question with that text?
Yeah, give me a second. Let me grab it.
Everybody, go ahead, get your cameras ready to screenshot.
Oh boy.
Ange, can I say something?
Yep. Yeah, go ahead.
Jennifer, don't you dare try doxing anyone that has come forward on this app.
Oh, no. She won't. Jennifer, I know that Hazel spoke with you, and I hope she relayed my message. And I'll say it on the app. I'll say it so everybody can hear it. If you dox anybody, if you drag anybody, I've been polite thus far. I've left everybody but you out of it. If you want to do so, I'm letting it all loose. and so is everybody else in these boxes. No holds barred. All I have to hear is one word. Just one.
Are you talking about the profile, Ange?
Yeah, that's what I want to show.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we got questions in the chat. Understandable. I respect the questions. And again, I'm going to prove that I am telling the truth. Because transparency is important. Brandy OG asked, can I ask if SJ was invited to this to defend herself? Just curious if she is willing to do that. Krista?
Oh, hold on. I'm slow. Ignore me. She is not
That
blocked.
is my account. Showing her 2.0. She is unblocked. She is not blocked on my account. She was invited at the beginning of this live. She was invited on Tuesday's live. She has been invited in Krista's live. There's your proof. I don't think she'll come up here. I don't think she'll explain. Right now she's too busy,
Sitting on the side of the road.
yeah, that too. Complaining to others about what's been done to her, complaining to some people that she's complained about and called hideous names and exposed. She's complaining to them, and hopefully those people, I've been transparent enough for them to trust in what I'm saying. And of course, to those people, if you have any further questions, my DMs are open to you as well.
Can I say something really quick?
Yes. Yeah,
My
go ahead.
twin, she didn't show up to not the one. This is not me protecting her because I wouldn't, but this is the truth, and I'm not going to let the fakeness be out. She didn't show up to Not the One's live, and she will attest to this because she was blocked. So
Yes.
it wasn't like she couldn't or she didn't go. So don't put out false stuff.
No. Not the one who's also in the chat did make it known during her live, her personal live, that she was not going to let Jennifer into a box. She was going to have her listen. And that is not the one's choice, as it was her live.
Well, I don't know. According to what I was told she was blocked. And I guess I was wrong, but I know I was.
I heard that too.
We got her coming up. Hold on. Let her answer for herself. Let her answer for herself.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ange. In my live, you were the nicest person in there. And I do regret not letting you in a box. But Jennifer was not blocked. I specifically at that time had not blocked anybody because I wanted her to come in and watch. My reason...
Can I ask you? I was blocked though, right?
You had been blocked prior, which we've talked about.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
You had been blocked a couple days prior, but everybody else that were her mods and her people were left unblocked. And this was my reasoning for not letting any of you guys into a box. Because you guys had almost like a pack mentality, and I didn't want it to turn into a screaming match. Just like how Ange is holding everything right now and people are able to speak their grievances and talk about their pain and their trauma. That's how I wanted to hold my life of, those people that she had done dirty to. That weren't her former mods or whatever. And that's all I was trying to do. I didn't want yelling. I didn't want screaming. I just wanted her to listen to the pain and the anguish that she had done to people and that I had watched for over a year. But she was not blocked.
So I hope that answers your question, my twin. I do appreciate that you're in my live, but please, and this is for everyone, whether it be Not the One's live or anybody else's, I've come with receipts. I'm going to continue to come with receipts. If any accusations are to be made against anyone in my chat, in my boxes, you are to send me receipts either before the lives or directly after the lives. Okay? Or we're
Okay.
just here to air grievances. So Not the One did not have Jennifer blocked. She just
No,
And I
because-
apologize for that. I
No,
apologize.
because a couple days later, it was probably a week later, she had kept dragging my name through the mud on her live, in other people's lives, in multiple boxes, saying Not the One, that be. There's like a whole freaking playlist. You can make it into a song. For weeks, but a week afterwards, Taylor Made was in her box because Taylor and Megan were not in that live. I specifically told them and Bonnie to stay the hell out of there because they were friends with Jen, and I didn't want to cause any disturbance or drama there. But Taylor said, "You're not blocked, Jen. Instead of running your mouth about her, message her." And all of those messages and the interaction between me and Jen is up on my TikTok. And if anybody wants to see them, they can go look at them. If you want to use them, you can go look at them. I called her out there.
Yep. And that live that I was talking about earlier, that is Not the One's live. Is your link to your YT in your bio?
No, ma'am, it's not. But I don't have a lot up on my
Those
phone.
videos up? Of the
I do.
live?
Yes, I still have those, but like my YouTube, it's in a couple of the videos on my actual TikTok page.
Okay. So you could actually go to her page. She's in the box right now. If you want more proof, you'll see a live that was done before by Not the One, and you can watch that as well.
Yes, and my YouTube is Not the One 316. It's real easy.
All right.
Yeah, but I do appreciate what you ladies are doing. I do say a prayer for you. I do want you ladies to remember one thing. Narcissistic injury is real, and you guys need to give yourself grace. You guys have went through trauma, and it's a real thing, and do not deny yourselves the grace. And be strong, stay strong, and thank you for everything that you are doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right, we got some people requesting a box. I'm going to drop Not the One because I believe she's done.
I'll drop
Violet,
now. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you
Violet,
for. Thank you.
Are you
You're welcome.
good?
You're
Are you
welcome.
okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm okay. Amber, I may reach out to you
Okay.
later.
Okay.
Okay.
And I might. I'm gonna drop my phone number to Amber. And Amber, if you want to share it with whoever, it's okay.
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 Okay. I'll give you mine too after the live and stuff.
Okay, let me see how many boxes I need right now, right at this second. Okay, right at this second, I need 2 boxes. I got them. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, we got Raggedy coming up. This may be something about green eyes, so she will speak first.
Well, it wasn't, but I will say for those that have not seen my video, I want everybody to keep praying, of course, but as of today, there have been some signs of improvement. Keep in mind, while she's on that vent, nothing that we say it will be definitive, which is why I'm choosing not to say a whole lot. But she is showing signs of improvement. She is not giving up at all. I will say that. And just keep praying for her. That's all I can really ask is keep praying and be grateful for the positive update that we do have. I know it's tough wondering and waiting, but at this point I will take any positive update that I can get. So
Definitely. What else did you want to say, Raggedy? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I didn't know if you had something about green eyes.
no, that's okay. That's okay. I wanted to actually been here earlier, but I had to work. I need you guys to understand that people like Jennifer and anybody that's been around a while knows that at one point I rode very hard for her to the point that I said some things to people that I 100% shouldn't have said. I acted in ways that I shouldn't have acted. Is it all her fault? No, because I chose to do that. But environment can have a big part in a lot of things. However, I thought that she was one of my best friends. She had my personal phone number. We would talk off of the app. You know, I would always try to be in her lives. One thing I can say is, while she does pop in boxes sometimes if drama's going on, if there ain't no drama, typically she doesn't come around. But while I thought we were good friends and I opened up to her about a lot of stuff, there are things about me that she knows that about my personal life that I would never put on this app. But one thing I did open up to her about was every detail of my active addiction. I cried to her. And then she forgot that I was ever in addiction, that I was in recovery. She said she forgot, and her excuse was she gets messages all the time from people in addiction and recovery. I don't think that that's a friend. I understand friends aren't going to remember everything that we tell them. That's just facts. But when it's something big like that, when a friend talks to you about, you know, being in addiction and overcoming addiction and going into recovery, you don't ever forget that, because all hell would break loose if somebody forgot Jennifer was in recovery. I'm just saying, tell me I'm wrong. But that's not all.
I can verify that Raggedy and you and I have spoke privately, which needed to happen privately. I can verify that I knew about Raggedy's addiction, and I knew about Raggedy's recovery date, and that she was upset. How did I know? Because every text message that Raggedy sent to Jennifer, I got.
Yep. And I was telling her how I felt. Like, I was explaining to her why I was upset. And that same night, I was listening to her live, and I was already emotional. But there were other things that I knew, again with Blonde Jennifer, but that's for her to speak on. But there were things that I knew that were being lied about by Jennifer. So after so long of feeling how she made me feel, but also listening to her drag a person and lie on a person, yep, I got in Amber's box and I told her about herself. Do I regret it? I regret showing my ass on this app, but do I take back anything that I said? Absolutely not. She would try to turn me against everybody. She tried to turn me against Gina, 5 for Life, Stewie. She never wanted me to talk to anybody off of this app. For example, at one point, Fran and I were talking about exchanging numbers. And I had sent Fran my number, and I believe she had sent me her number in DMs, and I was told that I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that because she would blow my phone up. She would talk shit about everybody that she claimed to love so much, and then be so fake to our faces. Once I decided to step away from my peace, I became the mortal enemy. And she was telling everybody all kinds of lies. Everybody in that group. She made me out to be a monster with things that I wasn't even doing. Every video I made, she swore it was about her. We would be having whole conversations in my life, just general conversations. And here she would come and assume it was about her. I got news for her. She does not cross my mind 24/7, but it's bad that the things I was saying you automatically assumed were about you. Sounds to me like that shoe fit pretty daggum well.
And Raggedy and I, yes, Jennifer, she did spread the hate, and like I said, Raggedy and I have spoke. I have asked Raggedy for forgiveness for things I did say in anger, and I've been honest with her.
Yes, but one thing you never did, Ange, was block me. She had everybody else block me, but Ange would not.
Oh, God.
Ange still allowed me in her box.
I got help.
Oh, I know. I know.
I'm sorry
Maybe
for that,
only
Rexy.
one. Yes, Maddie.
I said I'm sorry for that.
It's okay.
I don't-
Like, listen.
I don't know if you saw
Where else
Raggedy,
is he?
but Army Girl says she has messages of SJ speaking ill of cancer patient Gina.
She would do it. She didn't say a whole lot to me. If Army Girl will email those to me, I can share them with Ange and whoever needs them. But I will say, she would tell me all the time, and this was right around the time that SJ and Edie had their falling out the first time. She was telling me that she unmodded Gina. She didn't trust Gina, that she said that Gina was going back and forth in her live and into Edie's live, telling them everything that was being said and everything that was being done, and that Gina couldn't be trusted, and Gina was this and Gina was that. Whatever. That's what I would just say, okay, because I'm not going to hate bond. I mean, I didn't have any issues with Gina. But if you weren't up her ass, she didn't trust you. That was her problem.
And when TikTok came back up and somehow you ended up unblocked,
I did?
was so mad. You did after, because she told us all to block. And then she got so mad. Remember when I went in your live and I was putting toilets and plungers?
Oh,
And
yeah.
somehow she found out. Yep, she found out, and I got the third degree, basically.
Yeah, it was with me and Stewie. You had started to come into lives that we would have together. And
Yep, with Stewie, the same thing. I'd get the third degree every time I went in Stewie's, and then I'd turn around and she was up in a box, and I'm like, okay, you can go on any box, or she'd be in your box. You can go on any box, but every time we do, or whatever, she would give us the third degree. And I'm sure I got messages for it. I haven't gotten through all of them. I have 2 threads I have to look through.
it's wild. But I will say this, and I know a lot of people are feeling hurt and emotions. There's some people that are confused. There are some people that are shocked. But there was something good that came out of this. And in my opinion, that good trumps everything else, because of the shit that she has done and everything that's coming out. We have a whole group of people who are really starting to get to know the true versions of one another. And there are some pretty amazing friendships being built.
Yep.
So, in a sense, thank you, SJ, because I've made some of the best friends that I have ever had on this app because of your bullshit. Just saying.
And you're not going to come in between us anymore.
Nah.
Ever again. Not going to let it happen. Ever.
Pink Hair, what you got to say? Because I'm going to be ending pretty soon here, ladies and gentlemen. Pink Hair.
Thanks, Ange. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Okay, sorry. I'm just leaving out the hospital. I have a question. There was a phone call with you on it, about a certain comment that Jennifer had made. And she called me with a few people on it. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember. It was a, it was a,
It was about the Bebe Kid comment.
okay.
Yeah, I was on there.
I was on there.
After I said what I said, because I didn't take it as racist because I grew up in that era. But, listening to this mess now makes me wonder, because a few times she has asked me this, and she has seen my husband physically, she has seen my kids physically, but it makes me wonder if she specifically called me because I'm married to a black man and I have black children. I'm shaking. Like, I have stuff from June.
If she called you to be the token person.
Yeah. Yeah. Because who else does, why? Why? When y'all called me Nobody, one, I hadn't talked to her in months. And two, she called me with people that, no offense, but at that point, she'd already told me y'all didn't like me as a whole. So why call me? Why choose me out of everybody? Yeah, she would do Reaper the same way. Because she called me on the phone on my birthday about picking sides with Reaper on the fucking phone. And didn't even tell me happy birthday. So before y'all got on that phone call, do you remember what was said?
Christy, you want to hear something even sicker?
What?
She held, how you said it was your birthday? She held a live when Shameless down the bottom there was trying to grieve the anniversary of her dear mother's passing. Yeah.
Y'all know I'm one for receipts, right?
Yes.
I have a Dropbox full of them.
Do I need to put you in the big box?
No, but I wasn't there yet. You know, I told you that. I told you that this morning. I told you that yesterday. I wasn't there yet, but sitting here looking at this hospital and this baby at 1 pound 4 ounces, I'm pissed. And I got stuff that can back up everything that Irish said, everything that Lilac said. I got lives, full lives. But that's all I need to know, Ange.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Regarding that statement, y'all, too, on another topic, when she made that comment about the kids, the cartoon, while some of us may have perceived it as not a problem, maybe we watched the cartoon as children, you know, maybe it's white privilege, who knows, white fragility, who knows. But Jennifer, and I'm not going to identify the person because I have that much respect for her. You did offend a person of color that was a dear friend to you. You did offend her. And the woman you offended, lovely woman. I've got the utmost respect for her. We are not the ones to make choices when we say things like that, is what I'm saying. Was that show humorous in our time as children? Sure it was. But if you do read now, I'm talking about now, yes. Comment can be taken the wrong way, yes. If you do look now and, like I say, educate, you know, speak out, you will see that it does say that some persons of color do find it offensive. And you cannot sit here, I don't give a damn right now who's in my boxes as far as their color, their religion, their sexuality. I don't care if they eat purple crayons for a living. But
Stop doxing me.
Stop doxing you.
And don't tell everybody.
I like the green ones.
Hey, listen, I've got military in my family, and anybody who is current military, former military, Marine Corps, understands the crayons, so boo. Anyway, you've got to stand for yourself, who you are, what you believe in, no matter who stands with you, no matter who stands against you. You cannot use others to say, oh, look, I've got Concars in my box. She has a special needs son. Because Concars is in my box and I use a slur, it's okay because Concars is there. No, it's not okay. Because if I say something, you know, wrong that maybe I'm not educated about, because I have gone to Concars when I have questions, and I say something wrong, and Concars will DM me afterwards and say, no, this is the correct term. It hasn't happened, but this would be the correct term you use, or this is what that condition is called.
And I didn't know the context of it, Ange. I hadn't seen the live. I hadn't seen a replay of it. You know, I had no clue.
Yeah.
I had no clue. I mean, and I was like, well, remember I said, how'd you say it? What'd you mean by it? And she said she was in the store and she said it. And I was cooking and I was rushing. I was like, okay, well, I mean.
Hold on. She wasn't in a store when she said it. She said it on a live.
She said that she was in a store on the live.
No, she was on her back porch.
See, I have no clue. But it makes me wonder because I have 2 gay daughters that are married to beautiful women. Mm-hmm. And my kids are black and I'm married to a black man. And mm-hmm. Now that I sit back and I say this all the time, I normally sit back and put the puzzle pieces together myself. It might take me forever. I said the same thing about the other fucker, but it is what it is. So will they ever take accountability? Any of them? I doubt it. And all 3 of them need to go sit together because they just made the perfect trio. But yeah, I'm good. And now I know which way to move. So I'm going to get all my ducks in a row. And Krista, I'm going to drop them all to you. I'll probably drop them all in Dropbox links.
You could hold your own live as well, and if you invite us, we'll be there. I mean, Krista's just, and I put Krista in the position because I don't know how, but Krista's got other stuff she's working on too. So if you want to hold your own live and let us know, we can come over to that as well. Whichever way you want to do it.
I always get banned every time I go live.
Well, that's because you got a big ass mouth.
Well, I can't help that.
Yeah.
I can't.
She got a big ass mouth, y'all. And that's not me being rude to Pink Hair Christy. She knows she got a big ass mouth.
It is what it is.
Yep.
And it's 6.
Yep. Yes, I know. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is that great time called 6 o'clock where me as a wife has to fix my husband, who I love dearly, and who is more important, I love y'all, but who is more important than anybody on this app, his supper, because he works hard for me so I can do what I want and have what I want. So with that being said, Krista, are you going live?
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all go on, head over to Krista Elena's live. And
You mean you don't make...
What?
I was going to say, you mean you don't go out to eat every night? Just asking for a friend.
No, ma'am. I do not go out to eat every night. My husband works 60 plus hours a week. But y'all, I'll be in the chat. Y'all feel free to go over to Krista's. Please show respect to everybody over there as well. Thank you, everyone.